Last one. Looks like I gotta add that to the grocery list. What are we doing? I'm gonna make up some dough. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the dough, but I'm gonna make up some dough. So let's make up some dough. So those first 2 cups of flour were double O. This is bread flour. Okay. I have never said that I'm a baker. I've never said that I'm a chef or a cook or anything. Again, something that I have been told though is if you are baking, do not mess with your ingredients. Meaning, if you have found a successful ingredients to make a delicious, wonderful something, don't mess with it. Don't add stuff to it that you don't know what'll happen. Don't do it. It's more double O flour. Man, that smells good. Good night. It's probably that white pepper. It's gonna ruin the whole thing. It's a little sticky. A little more. And if I overdo the flour, I'll add some more olive oil. All right, this should be it. Feels great. So I was talking in one of my other videos about how I never grease the inside of my bowl, and I should. Now this is me greasing the inside of my bowl. Paper towel, olive oil. I put too much in there. It's all sopped up. Glazes the inside of your bowl, allows your dough to rise and then not stick to the glass sides of your bowl. That's the reason why we do it. Okay, so I'm shaping mine into a nice ball. I want my seams to be at the bottom. I'm trying to get my seams at the bottom. Well, that looks pretty nice. Most of my seams at the bottom. Looks pretty good. It smells awesome. Oh, I forgot my plastic wrap. All right, so there she is. Let's put some plastic wrap and let's cover the top. I can feel the heat coming off of the dough as I was reaching across. Feel it on my arm. It's always a good sign. All right, so I used extra plastic wrap because I had accidentally snagged a section, and so I had a hole. I'm trying to keep it as airtight as possible. All right, that's that. Okay, so now we'll have that double, triple in size. It's early in the day, so right now that's at about the 96 mark, 80 mark at that angle. All right, let's try and, oh, okay, it rolls around a little bit because I greased it. All right, cool. All right, so we're gonna wait for that. I'll be back in a second. So while my dough is proofing, this is just a little sidebar. In our town, Mesner Bee Farm, okay, honey. So in our town, there is a booth that you can go, and it's self-service, and you can go and get honey, and you can leave cash and take it with you, and that's that. We didn't realize that there was a bread box in our town as well. So not only can we drive over and pick up honey in a box about 4 or 5 miles from our house, that is a 12-minute drive from our house, and we stumbled upon it by accident yesterday. This is sourdough bread, and we are convinced that this is sourdough bread that was made with sourdough mix. There is no marking on the bag, except that it says regular. So there's no address, there's no location, there's no place to find this. We are so excited that we found sourdough bread in a box, a 12-minute drive from our house. And we've got honey in our town that we can drive 5 miles and go and get from a box. I'm trying to find more things in a box. I'm looking for meats. I'm looking for dairy. I'm looking for all kinds of stuff. So we are super excited. So what does this mean? It means look for boxes in your town where you can buy locally made breads and or honey. Now, they don't make the honey. They produce the honey, or they harvest the honey. But anyway. So wild, really cool stuff. So something to think about. All right, let's check on our dough in a second. So I was wrong. Mesner's Bee Farm is local. So Mesner's is local to us, but this is not where we get our honey from on the wooden shack, the video that I just shot. So I was wrong. That's different. Local. We actually got more bread, which is hilarious. But so you should now see the video of the bread and the honey, and let's go make some pizza. All right, so I need to grease the pan. And to grease the pan, I'm gonna bust out a glove because I don't want to get butter all over my fingers. And let's take a look at our dough. How is our dough doing? From our previous angle, our dough was at 80. And now our dough is at 93. So it's a whole lot bigger. So that's awesome. Let's get this bad boy greased real quick, and then we can roll out some dough. One greased pan and one greasy. That's why we wear gloves. Okay. All right. Greased pan. Okay. Let's get back to let's go. Let's go roll out some dough. So I've got a problem. I mean, it's not that big of a problem. I mean, you know, life's all about problems, but that is how much pizza sauce I have left. All right. So that's how much I'm out of my pizza sauce. I have none. which is why we will keep a little extra of this around. So let's be very, very clear here. What is inside of organic tomato sauce from Kirkland's, aka Costco? Organic tomato puree, sea salt, citric acid, and organic spice. So we're going to take some of this and we're going to add it to this, and then we're going to shake this up, and then we're going to use this and combined with this to give us a little bit of spice flavor to then have some more sauce to make our pizza with. That's what we're going to do. It's all about problem solving, everybody. Okay, you could definitely see the separation. Old, new, all right. And I also still have some in there. So again, we want to retain that because we want all of the spices inside of that to mix in with this. So now we're going to screw the top back on. And voila. And now we have our combined pizza sauce. Okay, well, there's a little hack for you. All right, let's get back to that dough. God, it smells good. So I was asking the other person in my house, oh, sorry, the water's still going. So I was asking the person in my house what kind of toppings they want on their pizza. Okay, I asked, what kind of toppings do you want on your pizza? That was the ask, that was the question. The response I got was interesting. The response I got was, well, what kind of pizza is it? What do you think? And I know what that means. What that means is the person was asking, curious, if I was talking about a deep dish pizza or a sheet pan pizza. Well, I believe we all know what I'm making because you just saw me glaze it, the whole bunch of butter. So that's why we're having this kind of pizza. I'm not allowed to have deep dish anymore because apparently no one likes it like I do that lives in this house any longer. There are a few people that do, they just don't live here anymore, and they're not the ones that are giving input on what we're going to consume. All right, that's pretty close. Let's see if that fits my sheet. Yep, that'll fit. Cool. All right, this is what we wanted. We want it to be a little kind of floppy and flopping over so we can fix it. Okay, let's go fix it. All right, well, that does it. That's clean. That's tight. All right. Let's sauce it up. And the request is half cheese, half pepperoni. So let's get to it. I forgot to par bake this again, which is fine because it didn't hurt it last time. It's just the process. I just like being consistent with my processes, and this is now twice where I've screwed up my process. Well, that's all, but pizza was still delicious last time, so. So on last night's video, I was complaining about the prices of groceries, which, you know, that's an easy jab in our current climate. It's actually an easy jab in any climate. I mean, you know, inflation is what it is. Anyway, I'm not going to break down the cost of all this stuff, but what I will say is we use DoorDash a lot because I am lazy. And I was actually recently explaining DoorDash to some friends of mine because they had never used it before. And when I explained to them how it worked, and they started to use, obviously, comparison to pizza delivery, I was like, yep, that's an easy way. Pizza delivery, of course. The problem is that when you're as old as I am and you talk about pizza delivery, there is usually a little bit of a cost involved, but, you know, back in the day when they were first doing it, it wasn't so egregious. That's all completely out the window. It is now incredibly egregious how much it costs to have a pizza delivered to your house. It's mind-boggling how much a pizza delivery costs today. So, as I lamented last night, and as I am coming back to again today, prepare your stuff at home. This is so much cheaper than me ordering a version of this that, again, frankly, I have no idea how they prepared it. We all know how I built this and how I made it and what's in it. So, all right, let's go stick it in the oven. And I got in the habit of my deep dish pizzas where I would brush the crust with flavored olive oil, and then I would make up a dry rub, heavy on the sugar, to then spice the crust so that when it baked, it would all make the crust all extra flavorful. I don't really do that with the SheetPan because I don't really beef up my edge of my crusts. How are we doing? It's 10 minutes. How's 10 minutes? Okay. Yep, needs more time. So we're gonna say about another 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna broil. So we're gonna do 5 minutes and then broil. All right. If I burn this, she's gonna be so mad. I stepped away for a second. Oof. Nah, we're fine. Yeah, I totally need more time on that. Yeah, that would have done a lot better if I par baked it. Fine. I've got about 1 minute 45 seconds left. I just switched it to broil. Let's see what happens in 38 seconds. It's not cheating if I bring you guys along with me. Nope. Okay, that's good. Dude, my house smells crazy good right now. All right, okay. Ooh, yeah, all right. Yeah, yep. Oh, okay. All right. Let's keep on broiling. We know I have a hot spot in the back of my oven. Oh, that looks awesome. All right, I need 1 more minute. I need 60 more seconds of that. Stop. 60 seconds. Go. Okay, 60 seconds. All right, I think we're good now. Oh, yes. Oh, that looks awesome. All right, let's, all right, I'm gonna flip this around. Give me 1 second. There you have it. That's half and half. It's half and half pizza. That's half pepperoni, half cheese. SheetPan style. I mean, woo, that looks good. All right, and yes, my OCD does not like that. That's on me. The puffiness of the crust is really cool, and I'm gonna guess, actually I know exactly why it's doing that. That's gonna be the bread flour. So, which is awesome, which is great, which is cool, which is the reason why I added some bread flour in here. So, all right, everybody, happy Andrew Doak Cooks, happy Saturday. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, but I'm definitely gonna be reheating this at some point. So, thanks everybody, have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks for hanging out with me. I will talk to you and see you guys next time.
I got a broken fish.